Namaste, Angel. This is going to be the new moon in Taurus reading. I apologize that it's late. I literally just got off back-to-back Zooms. I was on back-to-back Zooms all day yesterday too. And I didn't really have any intention of necessarily doing this reading tonight. I wanted to, but I didn't just now when I finished. And then all of a sudden, I was really about to do something else. You know, I was guided to not only do the reading, but with these two decks. The numerology deck and my energy deck, which I cannot tell you the last time I used the energy deck. I cannot promise that I remember the meanings from the book. I mean, of course, I can, read it intuitively, but I may not remember the intended meaning of the card. And I usually like to share both, right? Like I give you what I'm feeling from the card, and I give you, like, traditionally it means this, just in case maybe that's the message you're meant to receive. But I can't promise that tonight. This is the Magdalena deck, and I was like, okay, I'll use this for the advice and stuff. So I can put that away for now. Well, you know what? I'll shuffle it in front of you. So we're starting with purgatory. Somebody may be in limbo, or a few of us may be feeling like we're in limbo. And maybe it's an internalized limbo, because the next card is confusion, also upright. And confusion is about like your inner flux and sort of like your head, being against your heart. They're not on the same page. You're not really sure what you should do. You want to do one thing, and then like logic is dictating that you should do something else. The next card's in reverse. It is God. So I will shuffle from here, let's say 3 times, so you guys can trust that the cards are good and mixed up. Some of you know I am involved in like a lot of community activism and stuff, and like affordable housing and issues of homelessness and things like that. So that's what I've been doing, and why I'm late with the reading. It's also why my nails aren't done. I tried to get them done. I actually smashed my hand yesterday and broke one all the way down to like, because my real nails are under here, as you can see. But I broke it all the way down to like nothing, where I thought I was going to start bleeding, which means I have to get a tip on that finger. With the energy deck, we are beginning with the 7th chakra, which is the crown chakra. I do remember that, probably because I'm a Gemini, right? So the crown, the air signs rule things like the crown chakra, the throat chakra. I guess basically all the communication centers, so to speak. Then we have victory, so some sort of success, triumph. That's pretty straightforward. We have the 1st chakra, which came up in another deck during the week for, like, particularly for the masculine. I think in that deck it was called the root chakra. And I said, oh, guess who rules the root chakra? Archangel Michael. So here in this deck, he's on it. Maybe that's one of the reasons why I was guided to use it. I don't know. We see hostilities, which is maybe like 5 of swords, 5 of wands, conflict. I need to defend yourself. 7 of swords, maybe. 7 of wands. And then the next card is in reverse. It is the 2nd chakra with Archangel Uriel, the solar plexus. So Geminis kind of rule that too, because, well, the sign of Gemini rules the nervous system. So like anxiety and all those things, which affects the solar plexus. We're seeing all the chakras. I just opened now to the 5th chakra with Archangel Gabriel. That's the throat chakra, which I mentioned. And all this stuff actually may be coming up because of Gemini. Both of our rulers, both Mercury, I'm a Gemini sun, so that's why I'm saying our. Both of our rulers. Oh, here's the solar plexus. What was that other one? Was it this card? Is this coming up twice? I don't know. I thought I just saw the solar plexus. But this is the solar plexus with Archangel Chamuel. Chamuel, long-time buddy of mine. Used to be here with me every day. It's like my guide. The Archangel of lost items, lost things, if you're looking for something. Also of abundance, money and stuff like that. Oh, look at that, abundance. I hadn't even realized that. I was just talking about Chamuel. I hadn't even realized that we were there. What was was the other thing I was saying to you? I don't remember. But I feel like I had started talking about something. It is the thinking woman. Oh, I was saying that maybe all this Gemini energy is coming up because both of our rulers, both Mercury and Venus, are currently located in Gemini. Gemini also soon to go retrograde, so it should be in shadow right about now. Some of us may already be experiencing retrograde type stuff. Plus, Taurus is our 12th house. Obviously, the next sign is Gemini. Gemini is also the true node right now. So I had seen something on Facebook. As a matter of fact, it was my best friend. She posted it, and it was a funny thing. It was about like the signs that were going to experience good luck because of the Taurus new moon, and Gemini was like 5% versus like Taurus was like 1,000%. And I totally do think that Taurus will experience, positive things and good luck with this moon. I mean, it's in their first house of self. And of course, new moons are about new things, new beginnings. So, and Taurus, or at least as it relates to the tarot and the Hierophant, just very spiritual energy too. So a lot of ascension and new beginnings, new paths and stuff like that. So I agree with that, but not with the Gemini, not with a lot of other signs too. So I commented, I'm like, this is funny, but clearly wasn't done by an astrologer. And sure enough, my day was super lucky. Like I got so much good news today. And people around me got good news. My dad got a really positive note about like a tax abatement, that he qualifies for a tax, like discount or whatever. That should probably be pretty substantial. Tax benefit. I don't know what you call it. Self-love. I was just talking about the self-love. The next card is compassion and completion. So something coming to an end, and it's a happy ending. It is positive. I almost picked up two. The next card's in reverse, but I had picked it up and revealed self-discipline too. So I think we're meant to see this one also. I got a good email that a permit that I applied for to rent out a park was approved. Spiritual partnership. I wanted to plan both like an indoor and an outdoor birthday party for myself, which was sort of random in both cases. Like all of a sudden I was like, I'm going to have a party because of, 2020, 2021, the pandemic. I'm like, I'm going to have a party like it's 1999 because that's actually what my birthday equals in terms of numerology. It equals 1999. So I decided to do that. So I wanted to make sure that I could have one no matter what. I wasn't sure like how the rules would apply, if at all, because of COVID. So I said, let me find an indoor place, but let me find an outdoor place that I could have a party too, just in case. And so I got that letter today saying that I was approved for the outdoor space, the barbecue pits. It's a nice park. And so that would be good if I had my party there. What else? Something else came in that was like really, really positive news too. And I'm like, oh, today's a good day. I hope other people are having a good day as well. I don't know if it's just because I'm in Gemini or just because of the Taurus moon or combinations of those, or if it was just something, if it was something for everybody. Anyway, abundance is our overall energy here. So I'm going to put these away. And I'm going to lay these. And the outcome here will be what we can expect like by the full moon, the full moon in Sagittarius that occurs, I think the 26th of May, which will be in, speaking of Gemini, it is our polar opposite. So Sagittarius is currently the south node, and as our mirror sign, it falls in our 7th house of relationships, like our closest relationships, one-on-one relationships. So that should be pretty interesting for us too. And not just Gemini sun. So, it can cover a lot of people. If you have like strong Gemini energy in your chart. So Divine being or couple, recent past, near future, message from the masculine's higher self, specifically blocks to individual or shared progress, what the feminine can do to help herself with regard to the blocks, what the masculine can, what the universe wants to help us with. I picked up 2, not on purpose. And this is that outcome card I was talking about. So like I said, what we can expect by the full moon in Sagittarius, which is going to be the next and last super moon of the year. We had one this month, or April's full moon, and then we have May's full moon, and then that's it for super moons in 2021. So same thing here, divine being or couple, recent past, near future, message from the masculine's higher self, blocks the individual or shared progress, what the feminine can do to help herself, what the masculine can, what the universe wants to help us with. We have to allow it, of course, because we have free will. We don't have to follow where we're being guided to go, and the outcome. Divine being or couple, time out and caring connections. So maybe taking the time out to experience some caring connections, like taking a time out from other aspects of your life to nurture your relationships, and perhaps specifically your closest one-on-one relationships and your romantic relationships. I don't think it's taking a time out from them at all. I definitely think it's taking a time out for them. And even if you're single, you say, well, I don't have a romantic relationship. Well, taking the time out for yourself, maybe that's why you don't have one. And maybe you're not putting yourself in places and positions where you could find one, because you're not taking that time. You're diving into your work, as they say, or spending all your time with your children, or whatever it is, taking care of a parent. We've all been there in one way or another at some time, but this is like a wake up. I actually watched this indie movie yesterday. I feel like I'm meant to tell you about, especially speaking of self-love, the card that we started with the timeout. With the numerology deck. So it was like an indie movie. It was like a little over an hour. It was pretty much just one girl, like a one-man show. Girl with her phone. So she would type in a text, and the text would come across the screen, and that would be how we would follow what was happening in the movie. There was some speaking and some conversations between, her and other people, but for the most part, it was all in text or something, it was something that we had to read off the screen. And she had gotten an email from her. She was trying to reach her boyfriend over text. And she kept saying, like, you're not answering me. And I took note of one thing. Like, we text a lot, right? To these people, even these people that we care about. She's getting all upset over text. This is her boyfriend. Why don't you pick up the phone and call him? She just kept typing and getting mad with the phone. So finally, he responds and he's like, check your email. Okay, I wasn't able to talk to you in person, but check your email. So she reads the first couple lines. I haven't been feeling good about, things. I haven't been happy. And she takes it as a breakup. So she blocks him, stops speaking to him. I'm revealing the whole movie, but whatever. Stops speaking to him, right? Totally blocks him. And she presumes it's because she gained 40 pounds during the pandemic. She's fat now. That's why he's dumping her. So she starts working out and she weighs herself, and she's like 275 pounds or something. And she said, made a note to weigh herself again in 40 days. She was going to exercise and eat right and do all this stuff. And she did pretty well. 40 days passes. Her mother texts her and says, did you ever look at this picture that, the ex-boyfriend posted? And she's like, of course. I looked at it 40 days ago. And that's why I got upset. She was like, and the mother's like, but did you read the caption? And the caption indicated that there was more to it. He was very happy with his girlfriend. He loved his girlfriend very much. So she went back to the email and finished reading it. The guy was trying to tell her that he was sick with cancer and he didn't know how to say it to her face. So that's why he emailed it. But she immediately jumped to conclusion and decided about herself that it was because of the way she looked, that the boyfriend obviously didn't love her, and blocked him. It was a very Scorpio thing to do. I could picture some of my girlfriends doing that, to be honest with you. I guess I felt like telling you that. I'm not sure why. But be careful of stuff like that. Communication, maybe, which would be tied to Gemini and the throat chakra and the crown chakra that we just saw. So making sure that your communications are clear, and they may not be because of Mercury retrograde, and particularly Mercury retrograde in a water sign, right? In Pisces, where we have those deepest emotional feelings. So maybe that's what that was about. That may pop up. You know what? After I do the cards, I'll finish the cards now. I promise. I won't tell another story. I'll finish the cards. And then after I do the cards, I'll look up like what else happens during the period from moon to moon to see when that Mercury retrograde begins. Okay, so recent past. Guidance to follow your dreams. And a happy family card, which doesn't necessarily have to do with family. I mean, it obviously could, but it gives me like 4 of Wands feels, 4 of Wands / 10 of Cups. So it could be any loved one, or, just home, hearth, household, things going well. And 4s are about our foundations. So it would have to do with those types of things. Anyway, so following your foundations, following your dreams with regard to what makes you feel joy. And both of these actually equal 4 or 13 or 11, and would be about foundations. 85 equals 13 equals 4. So that was recent past. Some sort of guidance that we got to jump at. What would make us happy? Near future. It is another 4. Perseverance on the journey, and maybe with regard to a partnership. So a partner, like a romantic journey, or a journey possibly with another person. Because we have the 2 here. 2s are about balance. They are about partnership a lot of the time. And again, 4s are about our foundations. And we have perseverance, like stick to it, stick it out. So near future may be presented with, it could be some sort of conflict, or what feels like a conflict, like maybe like in that movie. And the guidance is to work through whatever it is. If it's something that means something to you. Masculine's higher self. Message from the masculine's higher self. It is synchronicity and door to spirit. And these 2 cards together equal 11. We got 32 equals 5 and 87 equals 6. 5 plus 6 is 11. So another 2, maybe more partnership and or balance. And I think more importantly, door to spirit. So saying pay attention. His higher self wants you to know to pay attention to the signs and synchronicities that you're seeing. Because that's going to lead you to clarity, information, joy, right? Doves are about happiness and joy too. Peace. Maybe peace of mind, specifically, I just got. So maybe where logic and heart and things are fighting, and you're not sure what's real and what's not real, which Pisces and Neptune can bring on a lot of that confusion. The masculine, his higher self is saying the signs and synchronicities are going to lead you to that clarity, to that peace of mind, if you pay attention to them. So you can ignore the other stuff. The blocks to individual or shared progress. 2 cards of completion. We got the world and we got karmic completion. So the need for some sort of cycle to finish completing. And that could be happening right now with this moon. Whether it is or it isn't, what can the feminine do to help herself with regard to this? How can she move this along, this completion? Forgiveness and something having to do with a contract. Maybe forgiving the contract, saying, okay, we can let it go. I'm willing to dissolve it. Or maybe forgiving someone with whom she's in contract. Right? It's two people that are a party to the contract. Can be a relationship contract, maybe a soul contract, a soulmate contract. We have six. Sixes are about love. Also balance in a way in terms of equity, equality, fairness, reciprocity. So maybe forgiveness of someone who didn't keep up their end of the contract. It was imbalance because she's carrying all the weight. They're not doing their part. Forgiving that part. Can be forgiving a loan. Somebody owes you money. I'm forgiving it. I'm saying forget it. Don't bother. Somebody owes you something. Forget it. Don't bother. I'm releasing you from it. That would be forgiveness of a contract. Or perhaps the feminine needs to try to get herself forgiven in order to complete some sort of karmic situation, a cycle. She needs to get herself forgiven from a contract. This could be tied to maybe student loan, PPP loan, something. I need them to forgive this bill, this debt. I need to be released of this thing so that I can move on. So whatever applies to you, you can. Masculine, what the masculine can do to help himself in order to achieve this karmic completion is spirituality and the thinking man. So this is consulting with your higher self, maybe meditation, maybe introspection, maybe prayer, right? Sevens are about God, the universe, obviously spirituality is here. And together, these two sevens would be a 5. So like about this, that's about some sort of shift or change in the way you've been doing things. So instead of just thinking about it, what else can I do to try to resolve this? How else can I get an answer? Meditation, finding like a place of peace is what I'm getting. So definitely prayer. And what's manifestation and thinking about a focused intention. That's prayer by another name. If you don't, believe in prayer and stuff, but you do believe in manifesting something, it's the same thing. You're focusing on an intention, you're having positive thoughts about it, you may be even asking the angels, the ancestors, or whatever it is in which you believe to support you in that. That's the same thing as prayer. So do that. Whatever makes you feel comfortable, at peace, right? Do that. What the universe wants to help us with, which suggests that we do to help ourselves and wants to help us with. Manifestation. Funny how I was just talking about that, huh? Also, something with our environment, maybe changing our environment. Maybe collapsing our environment and rebuilding it. 2 4s together equals 8. It's like build, destroy, supreme math. Think like Lord Shiva the Destroyer knocking something down so it could be reconstructed better. That's one possibility. Oh, these are both 8s. These are both 8s. 8s are also about abundance. And in like angel numbers, an indication that you're following the angels' guidance, you're receiving the messages correctly, and you're doing what you're told. And so they're going to continue to support you, and you should be successful in what it is you're trying to manifest. The other card here we got is adjacent possibility. So if something that you've been doing isn't working, the universe is saying it wants to help you to try another way. Support you through trying another way, another option, or help you to see another option. Help you to see around you in your environment that something else is possible that would help you to manifest this abundance that's our overall energy. I never looked behind it. Personal growth is the next card, also upright. Then moderation, which is like balance. compromise, maybe with moderation, like a temperance kind of energy. Then we have communication and physical activity. So like physical activity, like taking action. Communication is also an action. And the outcome. Right on time is relationship change and financial constraints. So your relationship with money, for one thing, could be changing for the better. And then, of course, this could also be applying to your domestic relationships. We have 56 equals 11, and we have another 13 of 4 or 11 with the financial constraints. Something is improving in that area. Further advice for each archetype: for the masculine, for the feminine, for the masculine, for the feminine. And from these that I forgot to show you and shuffle in front of you, beginning with the Wheel of Fortune, which represents the planet Jupiter and the sign of Sagittarius, which we talked about a little bit. Expect a sudden positive change in your life. So it goes along with our reading so far. You can now move forward and make great progress. Okay, Knight of Fire comes through to help you. So maybe more Jupiter. Also, there is a water energy. The Queen of Cups shows up. She is tenderhearted, empathetic, patient, and loving. Relationships develop to a new level. Trust your intuition. Care for yourself and others. Then we have the Star. It's another 8. Represents the sign of Aquarius. Happy times. Make positive, optimistic, long-term plans. You are on the right path. This is a card of manifestation. Prayers being answered, wishes being granted, dreams coming true. It's also a card of communication. It's also a very spiritual card, as is Major Arcana card 5, the Hierophant, which represents the sign of Taurus. Embrace this time of deep spiritual growth. You may feel called to act as a mentor, to find a new teacher, or to spend time with others who are also on a sacred path. That can be changing your environment, the people, places, and things with which you surround yourself. You got to find people who are on the same wavelength and path as you. That's what your soul is desiring. Next card is a card of pessimism and doubt, like things aren't going to go your way. So you want to stay away from that. It's another 5. Focus upon the fact that God loves you and always has the highest of intentions for you. A positive outlook makes it easier to recover from life's little difficulties so that you can move onward and upward. We don't want to get stuck in like a, oh, woe is me, kind of space. 2 of Wands is the twin flame or soulmate card of the tarot. You've come into your own. New partnerships or contracts. Continue to move forward. The next card is Major Arcana card 6, the Lovers, which represents the sign of Gemini, but it is in reverse. So here's the advice here. I will look for a card from the other deck for each archetype, letting you see the next one is this one, and the next one is this one. So further advice from the masculine from the animal tarot is that 7 of Wands that I mentioned at the beginning. Be assertive, believe in yourself, and don't let anyone take away your personal power. Trust that your inner guidance is true and follow it completely. So defending your own beliefs, decisions. For the feminine, we have the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles is cheerful, reliable, intelligent, and mischievous. A wonderful opportunity related to your work or education, such as a promotion or a scholarship, is coming your way. Seize this chance to learn something exciting or to start a more rewarding and uplifting career. Page of Pentacles can also involve a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. From the Angel Tarot to the masculine, we have the 6 of Swords. Things are looking up. It's the end of a difficult situation. You may even be taking a trip. This can be both literal or metaphoric travel and movement. Most importantly, though, it's about the worst being behind you and everything ahead, being brighter, better. Calmer, stiller waters is what you're easing into in this boat you're in. feminine, we got more earth energy. We got the King of Pentacles now. He is generous, professional, responsible, and practical. A successful time. Confidently accept opportunities that you are offered. You have the Midas touch. So like if somebody offers you an opportunity, it's something that you would normally jump at, but you're afraid, you're nervous, you're saying, maybe I shouldn't, you're thinking, you're talking yourself out of it, you're being 5 of Cups, pessimistic, doubtful. This is guiding you to, no, jump at it. Take advantage of the shot. Masculine, from the Magdalena deck, your card is color. Color is about colors. It's about noticing like the colors that are standing out to you right now. Like when I was gonna go get my nails done, I called to say like, is the guy there today? They told me tomorrow, so tomorrow I'll go. But I had in my head already that I want them like baby blue. That would be the color that I'm feeling right now. So this card, if I pulled it for me, would guide me to look more into baby blue and like what the message may be about it. What's the spiritual meaning, if any, of the color baby blue? So if you have any connection right now to a color, that's what it's guiding you to do. For the feminine, we have co-creation. And so this is pretty straightforward. It's about what it says. Now, co-creation can mean many different things. Sometimes for me, it's like an actual card of like pregnancy, like an empress type of thing. But it can be physically making something or negotiating, compromising, working with others, working period. It's like a worker energy, sort of 3 of Pentacles like. And, just helping to physical activity toward bringing about your own abundance is what that card is about. From the energy deck to the masculine, we have Healer of the Ages. I like this for you. And actually, I think this week there is a lot of like spiritual stuff happening. I think it's the last week of the counting of the Omer, which means that the new Hebrew month will begin this week, off the top of my head. It should also be that if it's the end of 49 days for the Jews, it's the end of 49 days for the Christians. That means the Feast of the Pentecost should be coming up. I think there might be something on the Islamic calendar as well. Or Eid may take us into next week. Like it starts maybe like on the 14th and takes us into the 15th or something like that. I think it's on the 13th. And then what? That may be it for Islam. And this may have nothing to do with any of those things. This could be about something else. But it's showing up to say there's an opportunity for you to heal something in your life, or for you to be healed, if that's what you need, to ask for the support. And for the feminine from the energy deck, we have community. And it's a very 3 of Cups kind of card for me. It looks pretty celebratory and happy. She's here playing the harp in this red dress. So it's a very fiery energy with these 2 friends that are in white. Like the colors, again, are sticking out to me. But they look very happy. Surrounded by apples and roses, like they're in a paradise, so to speak. And so this is like spending time with other people, being social, maybe celebrating something, and getting out if you've been stuck in. Like I said, here, taking the time out for yourself to do something. Hope you guys have enjoyed the moon reading. Again, if you want to stick around for a second, I'll quickly jump to my computer and see what else is happening. I'm signing on. Okay, so beginning from May 11th at 3 p.m., when the new moon in Taurus occurred at 21 degrees Taurus. The next thing up was May 13th, or is May 13th, tomorrow, at 6:36 p.m., Jupiter enters Pisces, 0 degrees Pisces. I read about what that means the other day in the general reading. So if you haven't seen it yet and you want to, it's in my you can find it in like the current videos. So I have a tab on my channel that says like these are the most current videos, so it should be right there. This week's weekly general. And then May 19th, Malcolm X's birthday at 3:12 p.m. We'll experience the first quarter moon in the sign of Leo. May 20th at 3:37 p.m. the sun enters Gemini, 0 degrees Gemini. May 23rd at 5:19 a.m. Saturn goes retrograde, 13 degrees Saturn. And I'm sorry, 13 degrees Aquarius. May 26th, 7:14 a.m. the full moon, total lunar eclipse, 5 degrees Sagittarius. So that Mercury retrograde is the following week after that, May 29th at 6:34 p.m. Mercury goes retrograde in the sign of Gemini. Oh, I said Pisces. I was thinking about Jupiter and the Jupiter that I read about. So forget when I said about Mercury in Pisces. Jupiter in Pisces. Gemini's opposite sign, Sagittarius, is who will be dealing with, contending with the Pisces energy. Mercury is going retrograde in Gemini, which it rules. Okay, so I'm glad we cleared that up too. Again, I'm glad you guys, I hope you guys rather enjoyed the reading, find it helpful, that it guides you through the next couple weeks. If you have any questions in any of these areas that you can refer to it, please do like, share, subscribe, comment, all of those things. I do appreciate it. Thank you. Namaste.